Welcome to the Explainer. All right, today we are taking a guided tour of one of the body's most incredible and complex systems, your gastrointestinal tract. I mean, this is the engine that literally fuels your entire life, and we're going to follow the whole journey from top to bottom. So, here's the game plan. We're going to follow the exact path your food takes. We'll start with a big picture overview, then dive into the stomach, navigate that intestinal maze, and meet the crucial support organs before we wrap it all up with a simple health playbook you can use. I mean, think about it. That one bite kicks off this amazing journey through a highly sophisticated processing plant. And when it all runs smoothly, it's nothing short of incredible. But when things go wrong, yeah, the signals can be anything from a whisper to a scream. So, let's start breaking it down.
First things first, you gotta know that managing this system is not a solo job. If issues pop up, there's an entire team of specialists ready to jump in and help.
From the GI docs who are the expert detectives to the dietitians who literally architect your nutrition, every single person here plays a vital role. Okay, so with the team in place, let's begin the actual journey where it all starts.
Okay, next stop, the esophagus and stomach. This is where the real heavy lifting begins. The stomach is this incredible, powerful, acidic environment, and keeping all that power contained, well, it's a very delicate balancing act. Look, we've all had heartburn at some point, right? That fiery feeling. But when it becomes a chronic, regular thing, we're often talking about GERD. It happens because a little valve at the bottom of the esophagus isn't working right, allowing that harsh stomach acid to splash back up, which, over time, can really damage the lining.
So, what can you do about it? Well, the good news is, for a lot of people, managing GERD starts with some pretty simple but really powerful lifestyle changes. Small tweaks to how, when, and what you eat can make a world of difference, and they work right alongside any medications your doctor might prescribe.
Going a little further down, the stomach's own protective lining can get damaged, and that leads to these painful sores called ulcers. And, for years, everyone thought ulcers were all about stress. Turns out, that's not the whole story. The two main culprits are actually a specific bacteria called H. pylori and the overuse of common pain relievers called NSAIDs. Think ibuprofen and aspirin.
Now, this is super important. When it comes to ulcers, you have to listen to your body, because a sudden, sharp change in your symptoms can signal a true medical emergency. And this right here, this is a phrase that every doctor knows. A rigid, board-like abdomen. If they feel that, it's a massive red flag. It can mean an ulcer has actually burst open. That stiffness is a sign that stomach contents are leaking out, causing a life-threatening infection called peritonitis. This is an get to the hospital right now situation.
Okay, leaving the stomach, we plunge into this long, winding road, the vast and complex intestinal maze. This is where most of our nutrients get absorbed, but it's also where other serious inflammatory conditions can show up. You've probably heard the term IBD, or inflammatory bowel disease, but what's crucial to understand is that it's not just one thing. The two main types, ulcerative colitis and Crohn's, are very different. UC is this continuous inflammation that's just in the colon's inner lining. But Crohn's, it can pop up in patchy sections anywhere, and it can go deep, affecting the entire thickness of the bowel wall.
Okay, check this out. This next question seems so simple, but it can be a huge, powerful clue for doctors trying to figure out what's wrong with your gut. It all comes down to the timeline, the sequence of events. Think about it. If that sharp pain comes first, and then you start to feel nauseous, that screams appendicitis. But if you feel sick to your stomach first, with nausea and vomiting, and then the cramping and pain begin, it's much more likely to be gastroenteritis, what most of us just call the stomach flu. All right, let's switch gears from fixing problems to preventing them. And this number, 45, this is arguably the single most important number we're going to talk about today. Any guesses what it represents? Yep, 45. That's the age when people at average risk should begin regular screening for colorectal cancer. And look, screening is the absolute gold standard here, the most effective tool we have. But these other things on the list, a high-fiber diet, staying active, they are massive, massive game changers for lowering your risk.
The gut is the star of the show, but it absolutely can't do its job without its support crew. So let's talk about two of the MVPs, the liver and the pancreas.
The liver is just an absolute powerhouse. It's like the body's master chemist, its main factory, and its detoxification plant all rolled into one. It does hundreds of things, from making essential proteins to filtering everything you consume. So when it gets inflamed, like in hepatitis, all of those critical systems are suddenly at risk.
And what's really crucial here is that preventing hepatitis is not a one-size-fits-all deal. The strategy depends entirely on the type. We've got effective vaccines for hepatitis A and B, which is fantastic. But there is no vaccine for hepatitis C, which makes avoiding blood exposure absolutely essential for prevention.
Okay, now for the pancreas. It produces these incredibly potent digestive juices. But in a condition called pancreatitis, which is a major medical emergency, those juices get activated way too early. And the result? The organ literally starts to digest itself. It is as excruciatingly painful as it sounds. All right, we've taken the whole tour from the very top all the way down to the bottom. So let's bring it all home. Let's consolidate this into your personal GI health playbook.
Look, it really boils down to a few core principles, the fundamentals, right? It's all about what you eat, what you try to avoid, listening very carefully to the signals your body sends you, and of course being proactive about screening. These are the cornerstones for digestive wellness throughout your life.
Your gut is talking to you all day, every day. The real question is, are you listening? Because once you understand how this incredible system works, once you know what its signals mean, you move from just being a passenger to being the pilot of your own health journey. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.